Well, you live? Welcome back to the Near Post podcast. Another live stream with the lads. Thanks everyone tuning in. First ever tier list for us, so bear with us. There might be a few little technical difficulties, but look, this one's been in the running for a long time. Premier League signings tier list. Peter, what are you saying? How are you?
Yeah, I'm all good, man. I hope everyone's doing well, having a nice Saturday. Yeah, today we're going to be doing tier list, all kind of the main signings this year in the Premier League. We're not going to be doing every single signing because we'll be here all evening. I know some of you want to go watch that Irish game, so
yeah, against the mighty Luxembourg.
Yeah, the mighty. But just on that though, good win against, we played well. Sorry, the other night against Serbia, but unlucky to get the loss. But
felt like a win because we scored two. But
yeah, that's a full year of goals worth. So
look, if we don't win tonight, it is a bit of a disgrace. But there we go. That's that tier list looking nice.
Yeah, so we'll just run through it here. We have at the top is signing of the season contender. Second is quality. Third in the middle, average. Then we have underwhelming, serious disappointment, and complete flop.
Few of them.
So, yeah, we'll get straight into it. First man up is Willian. I'll let you start off.
Yeah, Willian. Is this like one of the easiest ones? I know he's had maybe one or two good games, but see, I suppose the fact that he was a free, like he didn't demand a big transfer fee or anything, but to be honest, it has to be one of the bottom two. He's been an absolute duck.
Yeah, I think to call him a complete flop it's a bit harsh because
no, I don't think it is.
The whole Arsenal team's kind of been pouring off this season, bar exemplary few like Saka or whatnot. But for me, because he came on that free, he wasn't come in to be a world beater. I think he's been seriously disappointing for me. I think he goes in the second from bottom.
Serious disappointment. Yeah. He's lucky not to go in the flots, but that's fair enough. I'll give you the deciding vote.
Boom, and that is our first one. So Willian into serious disappointment. James here just says he is like 30-something though. Yeah, true. That doesn't mean that's sure. Like he's still shit, like to keep it simple.
Yeah, that's true. Nah, it had to be one of the bottom two.
Yeah,
I would have said flop myself.
I don't even think that's really debatable, that one.
Like, to be fair as well, we kind of have to take that price tag into consideration. So I'd say if he cost something like 20 mil or whatever,
yeah,
we'd probably throw him in complete flop, but that's fair enough.
On to the next player, we have Ollie Watkins.
Yeah, big fan of his.
One here. Yeah, I thought coming up, I knew he would get snapped up by a top side, like a top flight side. I didn't think he'd have as good a season as he had so far. He kind of burst out though. You know, he had a good start to the season, a lot like Calvert-Lewin did, and a few of them guys. He's after tailing off a bit now. Overall, though, I think he's been quite good this season. What do you think?
He has been good. Like, I don't even think it's his goal. I think he has like 12 goals maybe or something this season, around 10 anyways, but it's not even that. I think his hold of play is class as well. He's quite strong. He's pacey, cracking athlete to be fair, and he kind of just links to play well for them. I'd say, like, he was big enough money for a championship. What was he, 30-odd million, I'm fairly sure.
Yeah.
Definitely hasn't been average, though, and I wouldn't say sign of the season, so I think quality would be just about right.
Yeah, I think quality sums up Ollie's. He's just been, he's been very good. Like I said already, it was very questionable him coming up. I didn't think he'd do the job, but look, he's got it done. He done it against us.
Yeah,
everyone done it that day though. But
Just on that, actually, just on Brentford strikers, I know we're going a bit off topic, but
Ivan
Neil,
Toney.
yeah, but Neil Maupay came from them as well, and he has done quite well in the Premier League as well. But yeah, Ivan Toney as well. He's going to be in the Premier League next season, whether it's for Brentford or not.
Which is mad, considering he was in League One the year before. But
I seen a few cheeky shouts for him making the England squad. Bit outrageous, but it kind of goes to show how well he's doing.
I think just like because he's playing in that championship, it does limit him a small bit. But
yeah,
it's not outrageous. I just think there's been like you can't really compare him to the likes of Calvert-Lewin, Ollie Watkins, Bamford, who've been producing top flight when he's producing second flight football.
So. In the Prem. Yeah, no, that's fair for Watkins, though, I'd say. Who do we have next there? Oh, I see.
Coming up is Chilwell.
Oh.
Yeah. This one hasn't been great. To be honest, he's been very, very poor.
50 million as well. Would you say 50 million down the drain?
Yeah. For me, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
Played.
Like, okay, when people were still shouting him for the England team. Really? The English
He's
team.
going to make it, though. He plays for... there's not many left backs England have, and he plays for one of the biggest clubs in England, so...
Overhyped.
Yeah, yes. He's not great. And if you're taking into account the money they paid for him, I'd say serious disappointment. Oh, well, actually, he had an okay start to the season. It's definitely underwhelming or serious disappointment, but...
I'm putting him in serious disappointment, I think.
Yeah, we are being fairly ruthless. Oh, I might say...
I give you deciding on vote on this one, seeing as I took Willian.
Just because Chelsea fans think we have something against him, I'll give him underwhelming. Because like he has cost 50 million and he's not even getting started now, so he's might be lucky to get there. But
yeah, but just for me, I feel like if a player's not getting started, that's something to do with him. Either what's happening in the training ground or whatever. But we'll give him benefit of the doubt here, and we'll put him in underwhelming. Next one up is Eze, another player up from the championship, baller in my opinion.
Yeah, I like Eze, good player.
Huge fan of him. I think he's been. I don't think he's really put a foot wrong all season.
Yeah, he's in a shit enough Palace team. Let's be honest here. Like,
yeah,
he hasn't got much to work with.
When you think about it, he wasn't brought in, to be the main guy this season. And I'd say like it's Barza. He has been the main player. I think he's held his own again. Coming up from
the championship in a poor enough side.
Didn't think he'd get the job done. He was in a poor enough championship side, comes to a poor enough Prem side, and he's still doing bits. For me, he's been quality.
Yeah, I'll give him quality as well. Like average would probably be a bit harsh, to be fair, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
probably would.
Coming up onto James Rodriguez, and I'll just bring up what
women's team.
James said before the stream started. Rodriguez actually a girl.
Just on that. Like, what you know more about that than me. I think you've seen it on TikTok or whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. So I think people were saying that's the reason why he left Real Madrid. He wanted to take hormones and everything, change the curl, whatever. Same when he had a bruised testicle before. When was that? Before December? No, remember that a few months ago. He was injured with that, but they're claiming that was actually some effect from taking these tablets or whatever. For me, I don't think he would have been able to play professional football if he's taken any tablets that affect his hormones, because they could see his performance enhancing or whatnot.
I don't know. It could be bullshit at the same time. I've seen a bit of it on Twitter.
I'd imagine it is, but it's very, very random to be bullshit.
Yeah,
it's the only thing I would say about it.
You could see anything on Twitter, though, to be fair. So,
yeah. Comment down. Do you think James is a girl?
Like, I don't know.
But yeah, we don't really give a fuck what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, he kind of burst onto the scene. Like, he's played fuck all. I think he hasn't done anything in any of the away games. He kind of reminds me of Ozil, just does it at home games. I suppose he scored a cracking goal against United, Old Trafford. But other than that, I wouldn't say he's been quality, though. he has been good.
Like we're being really rootless here because right,
Has he been quality?
he had a phenomenal start to the season, right?
Yeah, about 5 games.
Like, and he was
Back when
playing
Everton
well,
won the
and
league.
yeah, Everton won the league after a few games. I think that's like their whole team was doing well. Uh, well, Hugh Calvert-Lewin, everyone like that was doing well. I think he goes average though, just because he's tailed off.
Yeah, he can't stay fit.
There
Don't
was
know
a lot of
what.
hype around him when he came round.
Yeah, the man
Is
can't
he a
stay fit.
woman? We'll put him into average.
Yeah, average I'd say is about right. Probably been slightly better than average, but who do we have? Is that Rafinha we have next?
Yes, that is Rafinha we have next.
Big up team.
Man, yeah, Rafinha's had a fantastic season for me.
He's class to watch though. He kind of reminds me of Mahrez the way he plays. Just lovely bit of quality there. He came from big enough money. The thing with him as well, I think he came from Rennes, and I think they were playing like he sacrificed not playing Champions League ball to sign for Leeds. It kind of shows what he thought of Bielsa and the club. So I think he's been quality.
Bielsa's great for Leeds, especially coming up after that long stint. He dragged them up playing nice football, and you think coming into the Prem he'd start playing that low block, whatever. No, kept playing that nice football. You've seen now maybe they're starting to tail off now because it's hard to keep up that level in another league. But I think Rafinha's been a great man for them there, scoring goals, everything. He's been phenomenal. I think this season, definitely quality.
Yeah, quality is probably about right.
Yeah, I think just for signing the season contender, maybe not because he has been playing for Leeds and they're not doing fantastic in the league.
They're doing doing very well for a promoted team, but yeah, quality is about right.
Yeah, but I think we'll just be fair and go with quality. On to the next one, Edison Cavani. What's your thoughts?
He's been banging. He's been good, decent, but I think what goes under the radar with him, he misses a shite load of chances, a lot. His movement is quite good, but he's very injury prone as well, isn't he? He can't go 4 or 5 games without getting a little niggle. Then his fella saying he wants to go back, wants to play for Boca Juniors and stuff. So
yeah,
he's been good. How many Prem goals has he scored? Like 4, 5?
Yeah, I just think So Cavani, I think what he's doing for them young players and what he's going to do for them young players is untold. Like the effect that's going to have on Mason Greenwood, whatever, seeing how he works off the ball. You can see him when he's on the pitch talking to the guys. But besides his kind of leadership kind of roles, has he produced much? Not really. Aaron here, pure predator, top striker. Yeah, he was on his day, but he hasn't been great. I mentioned it in our Zlatan video there the other day. Check it out if you haven't. But I think that's always going to be a difference between him and Zlatan. Zlatan done it at this age. Cavani's not.
Cavani was a free. The thing with Cavani, that was a deadline day and free signing. Like, why wasn't there a lot? I think Benfica rejected him or they didn't want him. He has been decent. I'm going to say average.
Yeah, I'm saying average, as well. I feel like it'd be unfair maybe to put him underwhelming because he's been average. Cavani at United quite literally sums up the word average. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we're all agreed on that. And here is a dark horse, I think, for the next one. Martinez. I think this is a dark horse. Like, he has been fantastic this season. I'd say bar maybe one slip up against West Ham.
He's made a few mistakes, but all keepers do, even the top keepers do. But why did Arsenal sell their best keeper?
Look, it's not rare of Arsenal to throw away good players. They've done it with keepers, especially as well. You look at Chesney.
I think he was less than 20 million, something like 19, 20 million. Absolute bargain.
You've seen them do it with Chesney. They've done it again. Like, he starts over Leno for me.
Yeah, he does. Oh, no, definitely. I don't know why there must... I think Martinez wanted to play first-team football, and they've seen Leno as their first choice, so that's fair enough. But I think Martinez has been fairly good. He's made some unbelievable saves, plenty of clean sheets.
Yeah, you're right. 18 million, James says here. And quality.
Yeah. I think, yeah, for the price tag as well, I'm going to give him sign of the season contender. I think he's a
Yeah,
contender.
I was seriously debating that. I think so,
I'm going to
just
give
for
to
the
him.
price and
The difference
yeah,
he's made to Villa, you know what I mean? They look so much more assured with him in goals.
there it is.
Um,
That's our first entry in signing
yeah,
of the
there won't
season
be many, I'd
contender.
say.
Well, just while you say that, another fantastic player up next, Fofana.
Mm. Yeah, I rate Fofana. Good player. He's been very good.
Wow, was like he made your choice at centre back in our Premier League team of the season so far when we done that earlier on.
At about the
Uh,
halfway stage, and he has continued. I know he got an injury not long after that, but his form has still been quite good. Like
yeah,
when we make the Premier League team of the season after the season video, I think he's not going to be far away.
yeah,
I think he was 20 odd million. Just been solid as fuck, really, hasn't he? He's pacey, good on the ball, suits them well. I'd say quality.
yeah, yeah. I think if he hadn't have got that injury,
Yeah,
he's up,
kept him
he's
out for a few
he's
weeks.
up he's up there with signing the season contender. But just because he missed them few weeks and because Leicester have kind of been switching up that centre back partnership the whole time, and
Mm.
because he is so young as well, I'm going to put it in. I think we'll put it in as a
Quality.
quality signing
I think that's
because
fair.
he has been quality and it was a quality bit of signing.
Concerning the price tag as well.
Yeah, that most definitely. Next one we come up here is Regulon.
Yeah, he's been good, but he has been injured for a good bit. Like he missed a lot of games. Like that's a big thing. I hear a lot of Spurs fans like rate this lad as like the best left back in the league. Like he is very very hyped. I don't think he's as good as some people say.
I'm
He's a good player.
actually
He has been decent, but he's been better
I
than decent. He's been. I just
I've
don't
I
think he's
have
played enough games.
I've rated Regulon, right? I've rated him, and I think if he played games, he's
Yeah,
up here with quality or signing the season content. But for me, like just because he hasn't played enough, I think he has to go down as average. Although he is an average, but the signing has been. I think Madrid have that buyback as well.
he's probably been slightly above average, but he has been quality. Like if there was
Yeah,
another tier there, maybe we'd throw him in. But I
I
just think
just for the
quality would
sake
be
of this
overdoing him.
here,
And Spurs have been shit at the back as well. I know he's provided a lot of assists and stuff, but
yeah, like I think he goes into average here.
yeah, I think that's about right. Even though I suppose Spurs fans won't be too happy with that. Who do we have
Yeah,
next?
Ruben Diaz. Just go before we move on. Regulon is a baller, one for the future, but he'll be heading back to Madrid soon. Yeah, I think they just done that. They wanted him to get that game time, and so
He won't be taking
which he
Mendy's
hasn't
place
even
though.
gotten.
That's the thing.
Yeah, but Mendy, I think Mendy's a type of a player like Trent, where he can, if he wants to move up the line or even move up into midfield, because he's got that quality.
Yeah,
Like
that's fair.
Mendy attacks first and defends after. I definitely think he'll move up in years to come. But anyway, moving back on Ruben Diaz. Wow, he's been
Is this
sensational.
is this the easiest one?
Yeah,
Um, hopefully this man leads Portugal to the Euros. I don't.
yeah, makes
He's
us a
just
few
been
pound.
yeah, but he's just been quality, hasn't he? I think with John Stones as well, he's making John Stones look a lot better than he is.
Yeah,
John Stones is getting hyped a lot. I think I wouldn't say Diaz is completely carrying him, but he's.
yeah.
I don't think Stones is near as good as the media say. I think Diaz is making him look so much better, which kind of goes to show how good Diaz is.
You got to think like he's still what 23, which is
23, yeah. 23, 24, yeah.
that's
Just coming in.
phenomenal. Like you think of Van Dijk or any players like that. What were they doing at 23? He wasn't balling out in the Premier League, that's for sure.
Yeah, like he's a good chance of winning Player of the Year. I don't know if he will win it because he's a defender, but Ruben for Ballon d'Or. Shout. Yes, Harry. Yeah, I think we were saying last vid, like
I think definitely Player of the Year contender. I'm not sure about Ballon d'Or. You'll have to see how the
yeah, but there's
Euros
more to
go.
happen.
And
Yeah, exactly with the Euros. But if they have a big Euros and City win that quadruple, you never know. But like
yeah,
top tier there, anyways. That's the easiest one.
yeah,
Man's a
he's
class
straight
act.
in. Just I think we're all raging. We haven't got him in our own team. Next one up, Donny van der Beek.
Yeah,
What?
see with Van de Beek, I actually rate him, like rate him
Yeah.
big time. But
Baller.
um, he sure he fucking hardly. I think I seen a stat. Van Dijk has played more Premier League minutes than him, which is just goes to show what Solskjaer thinks of him. I don't know why he's not playing. He's one of their best midfielders. He's better than Fred McTominay put together. I don't care what you say. Like
Yeah.
he's levels
Uh,
above them. I think
is there
he's
something
been
going on in the
disrespected.
camp there? Is there something going on in the camp? Is he not performing at training or something? Because we've all seen his quality. You
Yeah,
know, we've seen him do a Champions League. We've seen him do everything.
with
Yeah, you
Holland.
have to. Like, for me, like, it's very harsh, but I think he goes in nearly serious disappointment because I think it's been a disappointment for me that he hasn't been playing.
Yeah, underwhelming or serious disappointment. Like, let us know in the chat what you think. I think it's one of them though, because
Yeah,
just because he hasn't played, I'd say it's mainly the manager's fault though. If I'm being honest, play him to
yeah,
fucking your team. Like they play him, he doesn't play for a month, then they play him, and he doesn't have a great game. They expect him to get match fit. You know what I mean? He hasn't got a run of games.
when he plays, his quality but Solskjaer. Yeah,
Yeah, I
like
don't know why.
Solskjaer is kind of preferring that kind of like double pivot there.
Yeah, the shit lads. I think they call it what do they call like Fred McTominay? It's
I
just
don't know, man.
McFred they call it, I think, but it is fucking awful.
It's a
Donny,
poor man's Donny van der Beek. I don't know why they're not playing him.
I think he was 40 million quid as well. Looked a good signing. I'm gonna say underwhelming.
Yeah, I even myself now I feel a bit harsh upon him as here's disappointment, but
Because when he's played, he's looked decent. You could tell there's a good player
yeah.
there. Yeah,
Mark Carroll says Pogba leaves and Donny slots in on that left side of a tight
it could be.
midfield three.
But what like they could play them together now and they'd look quality.
Yeah,
Uh, you know what I mean? So
who
I don't
would you
know.
drop there? Just while we're on it, Fred and McTominay.
They're both pretty shit. It doesn't matter. I wouldn't play either of them if I was the manager.
Yeah,
I'd play the three there. I'd have Matic's legs are gone as well. They do need a CDM, but preferably if I was a United fan, I wouldn't play any of them.
yeah. Right, next man, Callum Wilson.
Yeah, another man came for decent money, but he's been quite good. Like
He's bagged.
in a fucking shocking Newcastle team, absolutely terrible Newcastle team. He's kind of their only like. If it wasn't for his, I know he's got a really bad injury there. I don't think he's going to play again this season. But if it wasn't for him, they'd be relegated already. I think they will get relegated, but they'd be down already. His goals, he kind of just makes goals out of nothing. Some nice finishes.
You've seen it. They don't have a system at the minute. Manager, like
Bruce
he's
Ball.
doing terrible.
He's
Bruce
probably worse
has-
than Solskjaer, to be fair.
Yeah, he's no system. And you can see it now when they don't have Maximan and they don't have
Who, Gucci?
Wilson. Yeah, when they don't have Gucci and they don't have Wilson providing, like, they're nothing. They really provide. They don't provide any threat, and I don't think that's on the players because that team's not terrible.
It's not great, but yeah, they should be doing.
It's not the worst.
Yeah, I agree. I feel bad for Newcastle having.
For me, Callum Wilson's been quality in a bad bunch.
Yeah, he scored a decent amount of goals. Like he's done like as much as he can.
Yeah, I'm putting him in quality. What do you think?
Yeah, Keane says quality as well. I'd have to agree with that.
All right.
A lot of quality signings.
Yeah, there has been, to be fair. Next one up. Yeah, fan favourite for me and you, Aaron Ramsdale.
Yeah, Jesus, he has been useless. Oh my God, he just flaps at everything. He's poor on the ball. Came for big money, like 19 million for Sheffield United. That's big money. I don't even
especially
think
for a keeper.
Yeah,
he's nowhere near that England side. I'd say he wouldn't even get. I don't even get start for Ireland. Yeah, that's how bad it is.
Some of the goals he's let in has been shocking. You're probably better keeper, lad. You playing goals. I'd probably say you're better. Like, man, complete flop, I'd say.
I think that's more of us being harsh. However,
no, because he's gone for big money. He's gone for big money. They're literally last. He's poor keeper. Like, he has been poor. There was a bit of hype about him after the price tag. Like,
I know people will be saying here, right? Oh yeah, but you saved this, you done this against Hughes. If he's having 1,000 shots a game, he's gonna have a one or two good saves. He's a professional
yeah,
keeper at the end of the day. But
yeah,
I've
he doesn't
seen him
look
make
like one.
some
Complete flop. Like,
howlers. Yeah,
man,
I,
Jesus.
I'm throwing him a complete flop. Another man here. We go to Wolves. Semedo.
Yeah, came from Barcelona. He plays for Portugal. Like, it looks like a quality signing on paper. Came for like 30 million as well, maybe a bit more. I think he's been shocking.
Yeah,
One of their worst players. Kind of
he's
goes under
looked.
the radar how bad he's been.
I think he's been like bottom five right backs in the Prem this season,
Remember
and
Pep?
that's kind of being nice.
Yeah,
I think.
I just remember Pepe making absolute bits of him when they played each other in the league a while back. But Semedo's been a duck. No, I wouldn't say complete flop. Like, I think that'll be a bit harsh, but
Yeah,
considering
I
the price tag and like there was hype about him, like this looks like quality, one of the best right backs in the league he was getting.
James says flop. I think it's a bit harsh. I think Keane's right again with serious disappointment.
Yeah, yeah.
Bellerin or Semedo.
Semedo, Bellerin's the worst right back in the league. There you go.
Yeah, we're going to put Semedo into serious disappointment. And before we get on to another right back, just want to say, Harry, lads, prediction for the Ireland game.
Like, I won't lie, I'm not the biggest Ireland fan. Like,
At
I love
all.
to see them
Same
do
with
well.
me.
I know Conley's out, which is a loss for us, but I'm going to say 2-0. Like, we should be beating Luxembourg.
Yeah, and you shouldn't be conceding either, but
I'm going to say 2-0. It should be, like, to be fair, on Wednesday, we played some nice ball. To be fair to Stephen Kenny, we just don't have the players to play the ball he wants. Like, I'm not going to lie, some of the players I don't even know who they play for. I know it's mainly Championship, but I thought we
yeah.
played some good stuff. But Serbia just had better players than us. So I'm going to
Yeah,
say 2-0.
I have to say I'm probably going to watch that Belgium game or the Portugal game. Like I don't even think
Fair enough.
I'll probably be flicking through the games because
Yeah, pure flick. I hate
we
international football. It's shocking.
I think it's just such a boring break. They were good the other night though. They did look like a completely different team to what we've seen the past kind of year, but still you're playing Luxembourg. Like I shouldn't even have to look at that result. That should just be an automatic 3 points. But
It could be a sweaty 1-0. I'll say 1 or 2-0.
yeah, it gets the job done anyway. We'll go back. We have Doherty up next. Speaking of the Irish.
Oh, Matt, he's been up there with tomato levels of bad. If you
I
ask
think
any
he's been even worse nearly.
Yeah, if you ask any Tottenham fan, they'll say he's been their worst player this season. Like, he was terrible in that Northern derby. No, I think he's been really poor. One at the bottom too, to be honest. I hate saying that about an Irish lad. Came for 15 million, looked like a nice bit of business there by Spurs, but
yeah,
he's been poor.
I'm so tempted to like put him in complete flop. It's hard because he hasn't even
I think
mad game time.
Nah, he's got a decent bit of game time and he's been poor every game. He's got red carded as well. I think just serious disappointment because he didn't come for that big money. If we want to give him some bit of, but he has been very poor, hasn't he? Like,
he was terrible.
Yeah.
I think it was such
just
a bad move.
Downhill.
I don't really know why he made that move in his career, because even if you look at, like, he was an integral part of that team.
Yeah, he's a wing back though, and he's playing right back for Spurs. That is a big,
that is a big change. And when you're playing a completely different, they're playing a higher line. You're playing with a completely new group. Like it's different. He's playing a completely different role. I don't think it suits him at all. I'd nearly say that's a career wash up. Like, what's he going to do now? He's going to have to. Spurs is too high a level for him.
To be fair to him, if I was him, you see Jose Mourinho, you see Kane, you see Son, you
see the big paycheck.
Like, I definitely would have took the move, but I'll let the next comment or whatever decides. Because serious disappointment or complete flop. Because I don't know, he's been very bad, hasn't he? Man's been shocking.
I think we put him in. I think I'm going to put him in serious disappointment, just out of respect. and because I'll give him the excuse it wasn't a lot of money and he's playing out of position. Not out of position, but out of role.
Slightly out of position.
Yeah. Next one we have up is Matisse Pereira. Oh, we go back here and two boys are came flop. Do we put it in for the chat?
Yeah, I think we do. Like he probably has been a flop.
I was being nice, right? Anyway, next one is Pereira. This is a player I've rated, and
he's been good for them.
And I have last season. I don't know what you think.
Like, there's only so much. I think he scored 5, probably more, nearly 10 goals this season in the Prem in a dog shit West Brom team playing Sam Allardyce ball and with Bilic as well. I think he's done. I know he hasn't started every game, but I just think that's because he's not an absolute dog on the pitch somewhere like Allardyce like. So, yeah, he has been quality considering the circumstances.
I think though.
I think the Premier League team's going to get him when they get relegated.
Yeah, I'm so stuck between quality and average because we look at Eze. I don't think he's been as good as Eze. I am a big fan of him.
I think he has, just because he's in a worse team.
Yeah.
And less, Eze came for big money as well. How much was for? I'll give him quality. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll throw him in quality.
That's borderline as well, average to be fair.
Yeah, right. Martin Odegaard, guy who only came in recently on loan. What do you think? Like he's been very good in his time he's been here. I didn't think he would be either.
Has he played enough though? I think remember we put up a story. You put up an Insta poll when he signed, and a lot of people thought he'd be. I think most people thought he'd do well. I wasn't sure. By the way, if you're not following us on Insta, make sure to get on that. We're fairly active on that, but he has. Is quality going over a bit overboard because he hasn't played that many games?
When we think quality is going overboard, tell me you support Arsenal without telling me you support Arsenal.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
James, man. Get the head checked. Keane, quality.
I don't know if he's been quality.
I can definitely make a case for it, though. You can make a case for it. I think if we're putting Pereira in, I'd say maybe... Does he get in? I think he gets in quality.
Fair enough.
I think...
we're saying that, so...
I don't know. Are we being too generous with quality here?
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm looking at the players you have in and the players you have coming up. And I think they've been so much more quality than Odegaard. But I don't think they've been sign of the season.
Mark Donoghue says Martin is average. I think Odegaard's a good. No, I say quality. I've liked him. He's made them look a lot better. Quality. Arsenal fans will be absolutely abusing us if you don't as well. So
yeah,
we'll give in.
We come up to the first of the Hammer Boys.
Who's that? He's been good. I think he's only cost like 5 million as well from Prague.
Yeah, they know. I have to say this now. They've done the best and
best bit of business.
Best bit of business, without a doubt. Even when you think of selling Sebastian, that was a fantastic move on both sides as well.
No, it wasn't. They lost a lot of money on him. It was an alright deal.
I don't think they could have got much more if they held him. I think his price would have just to get him out the door. I think it's made space for Antonio and whatnot to get the goals. I think it's been a very good bit of business.
But Stufal, like for 5 million, he's been solid.
Stufal, yeah, he is. He really is.
Well, if you're considering the price tag, yeah, possibly, but no, I'm gonna say quality.
Quality, yeah, he's definitely quality. He is borderline signed the season, but we'll put him into quality.
Yeah.
If Fofana's getting in quality, I think Kufal is as well. Moving on to the next man, Jesse Lingard.
Yeah, it kind of goes to show how well West Ham have done business. Like, little loan move there. He's still a United player officially, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Would he go back to United? Do you think he'd be able to go back to United
Nah,
and get
I'd
in
say
that
he
team?
wants to go West Ham. Just
Yeah,
like who wants to play under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer?
yeah. Like he wants to play ball. He can tell. He can
Nah,
really tell
he's
he's
been
hungry.
class. He has been quality since he came. Got him on, like he's elevated them, scored lovely goals, made like he has been quality. I don't think sign of the season, but quality.
Yeah, most definitely quality. Like
You couldn't put him average.
this is his second nominee for Player of the Month. He's been very very
Yeah,
good.
has to be.
Moving on, that guy Silva at
Yeah,
Wolves.
Jesus, there's a lot of hype over this lad, wasn't there?
Yeah, I've seen what was it, 30 mil was it he came for?
Oh, 30 plus mil, yeah,
Yeah,
from the Portuguese
35, I
league
think. And
for an 18-year-old, and I think he scored one goal and it was a penalty. He misses a
and
lot. I
yeah,
know he's only 18, but
I've seen him being defended on Twitter like, oh, he wasn't supposed to be starting this season. Him and I are
yeah, to be
supposed to be
fair,
there. But
but he
no, but
was big
if
money.
you're paying that much money, if you're paying that much money, like I'd expect him to be able to start in the team at least.
Mm.
Like,
Man's
there's
been
no
a
way you
joke.
pay that much money for a bench player, especially if you're Wolves.
Yeah, he's been poor. He could get better, but I know he's only 18, but this season he's been poor. So I would
Yeah.
say, considering the money,
Serious disappointment, borderline flop, something
yeah,
fishy about.
I think
Yeah,
it was a
looks
long-term investment. He's 18. They kind of looked at it and said, yeah, we see this lad could lead us in the long term. So I'll give him serious disappointment.
Yeah, I don't think he's garnered enough to be a complete flop just because he is so young and he does need time.
Just as well on Wolves signing, your man, William Jose, has been useless as well since he came. We don't have him here, but
Yeah,
they've done bad business.
he's been complete flop.
Yeah,
If you
they've done some
mention
bad
Jose,
business. Bad
uh,
business.
yeah, we look on next person is Matty Cash.
Mm. It's been quite
He's
good.
been, I think he's been good. And other players kind of tailed off. I think there's a lot of hype around him because he played a couple of good
Yeah,
games at the start of the year. He has
he's
been
English.
like I think right backs have just been poor in general this season.
Mm.
I think we can say that. Like Trent was that kind of bar to set last season, and he hasn't lived up to that. Wan-Bissaka
I'd say
hasn't
Matty
been
Cash has been
great.
average. I know he's probably been a bit, but I don't think he's been a quality signing though. What he's like, I've seen a decent bit of him.
Coming from Knots, like I think he goes average just because
Yeah,
I don't think necessarily he's been fantastic. I think it's been more like the right backs in the league, the kind of standards dropped a bit, so
average. I think we're
we'll put him in
completely
average.
looking at that.
Coming
If
on
we
to the big guy now here, in the
just
title.
before we go on to THIAGO, if you're not sub to us, make sure to hit that sub button. We're on that road to
And
do 100, so that helps us a lot. Be much
smash that
appreciated.
like button.
Absolutely. Yeah, THIAGO. I remember we signed them. Fucking hell, I just got the notification from Sky. We're in advance talk to them, whatever, and I was
Buzzing.
absolutely, yeah, absolutely buzzing. And he just, I know came into a bad side. His debut, like, I see boys jizzing all over the place after his debut on Twitter. Like, it was against 10-man Chelsea. It kind of goes to show what football Twitter is like.
But he controlled the tempo, man.
Yeah, scutter like that. Like I still don't think he's been as bad as people say, but then when he has an average performance, it gets hyped up. He's one of them players.
Thiago football keen,
Yeah.
man. Thiago's been average, no worse, no better. The injury affect him next season. We talking about yeah, I've no doubt that's going to happen. But if we're talking about this, we're talking about this season right now, and I think he's been below average.
Yeah, I would say underwhelming.
Like I don't want to
A lot
kind
of
of be
people will say
anticlimactic here. Yeah, like it's just because of his name. He has come on a free. Like, say if we're putting Edson Cavani in average, how can you put Thiago in complete flop?
No, I think that'd be harsh because he has had some good games. He's man of the match in the Merseyside derby.
Yeah,
Was class against Chelsea. That like
because how much you expect. He
Yeah,
has been playing that
underwhelming.
6 for a lot of the season, which isn't ideal for him. I seen him; he was doing well the other night for Germany,
Mm.
but yeah, I think next
For
season
Germany. Jeez, didn't know
or
he played for
Spain.
Germany. That.
Jesus, sorry, wearing that white jersey the other day. But yeah, no, he was good. So like, I think the effect he's going to have on our young players. I've said it numerous times again. Same with Cavani. It's going to be it's going to have an untold effect for
Yeah,
years to come.
underwhelming is probably fair.
He's not a standout player. He's in there to pull strings. Yeah, we'll
Same
we'll
shit
we'll
they
put
say
him
about
in
Thiago, yeah.
underwhelming. Go on to a player who's actually from Germany this time, Timo Werner.
Yeah, we're still finding Timo. Came for big money. There was so much hype about him. He's missed some of the worst chances I've ever seen missed. Like, I wanted us to side him. I remember I was good when Chelsea got him, but
I think he's been very, very unlucky. I'm still
unlucky.
I'm still a Timo fan. I know he has missed sitter chances, but you know who does that week in, week out? Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and he still gets bigged up. He was doing that last season. Yes, he was getting the goals.
Mm.
I don't think you can completely say that on him just because he's missed
There
chances.
was so much hype about Werner though.
Yeah,
Loads of hype.
he's created some chances though.
He
Like,
just blazed it or something. Nah, I don't
yeah.
wanna hear that he's been unlucky
No,
anywhere.
no, I'm
Said
not
like he's a
saying I'm
50.
not putting him in quality. I'm not putting him average. He is going in one of them bottom 3. I think probably underwhelming is the fairest, but
Nah, I'm
I
going
still
serious
think
disappointment.
I just think because the amount of goals he's had disallowed with VAR and chances, I think he's been very good. Just he has to find his finishing touch. Serious disappointment? Do you think? Underwhelming.
For
Same
the
goal as
money and hype
Thiago.
about him. For the money and hype about
Yeah,
him.
but see with that Keane, Thiago was free.
Mm.
They paid
Yeah.
them big bucks.
Do you know what? I'll give you the final decision.
Yeah,
I'm going to run to the toilet quickly, but I'll see where you've put him. I think he's one of serious disappointment or underwhelming, though, considering the price tag, lad.
yeah. What do you guys think in the chat? I'm stuck between this because Timo's been a player I've really liked when I've seen him at Leipzig, and I think for Chelsea he's shown like real glimpses of magic when he's taken in his own pitch and kind of ran the field like kind of Son-esque. Uh, is it harsh to put him in underwhelming or incomplete flop? Werner at least as good as Cavani this season, potentially, but Cavani was free. He's a good few assists, I believe. Yeah, I think he does actually. Like, I'm only thinking of how many times he's hit that post, how many times he's had a goal disallowed with VAR. I think this is kind of even Dermot, I maybe myself as well, just being a bit salty because we didn't get him. Willian or Werner. Yeah.
And we're back.
Yeah, and just as I put him into underwhelming, you look at some of them chats, they've kind of convinced me. I just think he's.
Yeah, Mark says he has the most assists for Chelsea, but
I think he's up there, man. I like.
that's just so misleading. Just because he has the most assists, that's probably about 5 or 6.
I think
Yeah,
he's just. I think we're being like he's been very hypocritical. So we were so salty when Chelsea got him. I think we've been trying to find everything wrong with. Same way Twitter
he
has
has
been
been
doing that
shit
with
though.
Thiago. I think he's been on par with Thiago because he's got like he's getting the kind of same abuse. I think it just looks worse because he's having them 1-on-1 chances.
And he's blazing them. Like, he's there to score the goals.
Well,
He
he's still
has.
creating the chances. I don't think Thiago's been creating the chances.
They're different positions, lad. Nah,
I know,
I think
but
you're just looking purely off stats, which is scutter. Like,
I'm not
nah,
going.
to me.
I'm not going off stats there. I
Yeah,
think
nah.
I said it before any of the stats came in. I just think I
Mark
really
says
like how he's
average. He's
played
definitely
sometimes.
not been average.
He's not going on average because he has been underwhelming. I think serious disappointment is unfair. I think disappointment is fair. So, can we make
Right,
a middle? Can
underwhelming.
we make a middle? Can we stick him in the middle?
Yeah, I'd say underwhelming, lad. If you,
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
sticking with underwhelming. I'm not moving from there. I think.
I see Ireland have kicked off there. Hopefully Hopefully we get the win tonight, but
Yeah.
you never know. Just a few goals to fuck for the lads. We'll wrap this up soon enough, but who do we have next there? I think that's Ben Rama, is it?
Ben Rama, yeah. Poor.
He's came for big money from the championship. I think he's extremely overrated.
Even last season, right?
So much hype about him.
You know me, I like to watch my championship. I haven't really watched as much this season. I just don't think it's been exciting. But last year, I watched nearly as much championship as I did Prem, and I always said this guy's overrated.
Yeah, he's very silky, but he hasn't scored for them since he's came. Yeah. Looks like he's kind of a bit of a coward when they need him. I think he's been a serious disappointment. Considering the money, I'm not
even arguing that. I don't think near flop mark, yeah. Definitely near flop, but
I'd say serious disappointment is fair.
Yeah. Okay. Gabriel next.
Yeah, like if you ask an Arsenal fan, this lad's been unbelievable. I don't think he's been as good. He started off like a house on fire very well. Started the season well. I think he got COVID and he's just looked poor since he got COVID. Like,
yeah,
he's been decent. I don't know if he's been a quality.
I think he's been overhyped. I think he's been overhyped. He did have that good start. I'd put him in average.
He's not quality. James Carrigan must be an Arsenal fan there, is he?
Yeah, sure. Well, who did he say for signing the season? Odegaard.
Get a grip, lad. I'm saying
no. It is harsh because he has had a good start, but we have to be realistic. He's going an average.
Arsenal are 10th. Like,
if you're centre back, like you're conceding goals on the reg.
He doesn't start every week for them as well.
Supposedly, you have one of the best keepers in the league. Supposedly, you have the best left back in the league. So how come you aren't keeping that many clean sheets?
Yeah, I think average is fair. He has been decent, but I don't think he's been a quality signing. Like, I couldn't put him in quality. That'd just be completely over the top.
All right, next one here, Kai Havertz.
Shite Havertz. Like he came for 65, 70 million.
Yeah.
Hasn't lived up to the hype.
I don't think he suits that play that they've ever had, because I don't know if you watch. I did watch that Germany game the other day, I said, and I'm not even messing. He would have nearly got my man of the match. He was phenomenal, running the show, but Premier League, he's non-existent. He's been worse than Timo Werner. That's how I'll put it. I don't know what you think there, but for me, he's been worse than Timo, without a doubt.
Serious considering the price tag, I think he was the biggest sign of the summer. Serious disappointment.
I think he'll come good, but yeah, serious disappointment's fair. Next one, Loftus-Cheek. He's a man I've been a fan of.
Very overhyped there.
Yeah, overhyped, English hype. I knew from the start of the season, another player, I don't know, has this Premier League, everyone seems to be kind of been tailing off. But he has been, I think that's on Havertz. Yeah, 100%. He will.
Considering the money as well, massive money. Like,
we've seen what he done with Leverkusen. We've seen what he can do on the international level. You know, they still have faith in him. That Germany team, he didn't look out of place, but Premier League, he's been all over the shop. But yeah, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, I think he's just been, ever since that kind of couple of games he's been flat bang average, along with that whole Fulham team.
Yeah, he's lovely build up play, hold up play, but when he gets in front of goal, he just shits. He's bad finisher.
Yeah, I don't. Is it harsh to call him underwhelming?
I'd say average, because he has been okay from what I've seen. He's
just been average.
Yeah, throw him in average. The fuck there.
Gareth Bale.
Yeah, man's had about 3-4 good games.
Yeah,
and hasn't been fit all season. I
Back
think
on Twitter, everyone licking his arse. Do you not remember what happened the whole season?
I hyped him up as well when he was back, when he scored a few goals. I love seeing Prime Bale, but he scored against Burnley and scored a few goals, but like he's completely ripping the piss out of Tottenham. Did you see what he said
Going back to
saying that,
Madrid.
yeah, I'm just here for preseason. He basically said to get fit for the Euros. So just considering the hype about Bale, there was so much hype about Bale.
Yeah, for me, it's
Serious
between.
disappointment. Serious disappointment, I think. Considering there's been so
Yeah,
much hype about the lad.
I think people will look at this and they'll be, oh, what you shiting on about? Like he's after scoring all. Yeah, but he was shit for the rest of the season. That.
There's been so much. See, there was so much hype when he signed. That's the
Yeah,
thing, that it could maybe lead them to a title charge or something, but it just hasn't happened.
that did not materialize at all. Next guy we have up is Rodrigo, which is a player
Another
who
big
is
money
just
signing.
he's just been split down the middle for me because
Mm.
I'm in two worlds about him. I think as a striker on his day, he's very, very good, but he's been playing out of position.
Yeah, he kind of plays like Cam for them or something, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
it doesn't suit him at all.
Yeah, Paddy Bamford's the main man. I'm gonna say
Underwhelming, yeah, I think so.
underwhelming considering his price tag.
Considering the price tag, I have seen him play good stuff. He kind of, but just he's been playing out of position as well. I don't think he really suits their style of play.
Yeah,
I don't think that was a good signing, but
like when it looks so good. He signed. He came from Valencia, Spain's main striker. 30 million. Like, geez, this lad's gonna bang, but hasn't been that good. Underwhelming, I'd say, lad.
Yeah. Going on here, we've Ryan Brewster. Like, what have Sheffield done? They really didn't reinvest anything here. Had a good season in the Prem, and they just spent it on shit.
I think this lad has to be one of the most overhyped young players I've ever seen. Even when he was at Liverpool, the way he was talked about. Whenever I've seen him, like in no. Whenever I've seen him in the Carabao
I'm a
Cup
big
games
fan of
and
him.
stuff,
So
he's a duck. Even when he scored the 12 goals or whatever for Swansea, it was like one goal every 2 or 3 games.
it was
was
one
so
goal every
overhyped.
2 games. He only played like
one
half
over
the
2
season
games.
with
There
them.
you go in the championship. Like he's been
And
okay. He was
some of them
okay.
are off
I
the
think
bench.
I
think he had a
think
very
you
good season
lifted
last
ours,
year.
to be honest.
I
He didn't have a very good season. He had an okay season.
Yeah,
28 million, I think he cost, something like that. Big money. Put him in. Complete flop.
I'm a fan of him, but he has been a flop. I don't think
Hasn't even scored a goal for them. Can't even start for the worst team in Premier League.
he doesn't suit them again though. It was just a terrible signing. It was a
Doesn't
terrible
suit them,
sign.
like.
he wasn't ready for the Prem. I could have
Doesn't
told you
suit
that.
any team. I think I always thought he was so overrated. I know we gave him that buyback clause, but he was never going to play with us.
That whole kind of English team that won that World Cup are all hyped.
No, listen,
that under-21 World Cup or whatever.
Under 7, Ryan Brewster is the next Dominic Solanke. He's just a Dominic Solanke.
Well, they were on the same team. Yeah, it's the exact same.
Yeah,
the exact same group of players.
Right, I think Solanke went for 25 million to Bournemouth, scored like 2 goals. Hopefully Brewster gets a goal, but I think he's been useless.
Next player, I think that's Højbjerg. I already see.
Yeah, I think it is.
Højbjerg, yeah, another player. What is this? Just the story of the Premier League this season? Everyone tailing off.
Yeah, he has tailed off, but considering he was 15 million, I think he's been a quality signing for them.
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt,
like price tag.
I think if he'd kept up his form, he would have been in probably team. Like he would have been in the.
Yeah, if Spurs kept up their form, he's kind of tailed off. Like
probably could have gone team of the year.
So, I'd say quality.
Yeah, he goes in.
He has been quality for them. Slightly overhyped, but he has been quality.
Next man up is Thiago Silva with them jelly baby hamstrings.
Yeah, the man is like, what is he? He is 36 or 37.
Yeah, I think he's 36.
See, he in the games he's played, he has been very good. He still has a lot of class about him. I think as well, he's only just back from injury. He'd slot in lovely to the tray at the back, but he's missed a lot of games. That's the only problem I have with him.
I think
because he has been good when he played.
I think being so old, coming back from another injury, can he stay on much longer for them?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I think I'm going to say quality. I actually think he's been very good for them. I know he hasn't played a lot of games, but in what he's played, he's been good.
Yeah,
I'm giving him quality. He's kind of shown that he can. He's still a top defender. He's still a
Yeah, we'll put him in. We'll put him in quality. Next man up here, he's been me,
Tommy
James.
Soucek.
Just while he's there, me and him kind of had this joke from the start of the year. We've always bigged him up. Like before he played, he was like an absolute joke. But now he's not even. The guy's a beast, man. He's
Goals,
definitely
defensive play.
signed the season contender.
For sure, easy. I think he was 15 million. So him and Sufal were like 20, 25 million or something.
Yeah.
Maybe he was a bit more than that, but geez, some good
Wow.
ballers there from Prague. So yeah, sign the season contender, no doubt. No doubt.
Can we just appreciate like Bar Ben Rama? Hammers have had a nice year in the
Yeah,
market. Most
absolutely. No,
definitely.
absolutely. Yeah, throw him in, sign the season. Definitely, man's a class act. We've
Next
two
man,
left.
Diego.
Diogo.
Diogo
Diogo.
Jota.
When he's played, lad, I think he's been different gravy, to be honest. I know he got that back. He's only played about 10, 15 games.
Speaking of the man, Diogo Jota just scores for Portugal.
There you go. Absolute
Assist from
striker of the
Bernardo
tournament.
Silva.
I think it has to be quality. I know he's only played about 15 games, but he has about 8 or 9 goals. I think he scored like 8 goals in a row.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I seen that, Keen. I just seen that. Yeah, like he when he was playing, he was probably our best player. It's been real.
He's been our. I still think. I know Salah's gotten more goals. But a few of them. I think he's been our best attacker this season on performance level in the 15 games. Exactly. Man's a class act.
Yeah, I don't think
good.
he's been better. I think Salah's just such an ice cold footballer.
But this season, I think in the games he's played, Diogo's been better.
Yeah,
quality
no,
for me.
He's quality without a doubt. Yeah, without a doubt. But
I know that injury kind of was just a freak injury against Midgetland. So no, he has been good. I think that's fair for Diogo.
Last one we have is Thomas Partey.
Yeah, man's been dogged with injury. I think he's only ever got like one or two injuries in his whole career. It comes to Arsenal, and he's just been dogged.
Yeah,
because he's a good player. Partey is a very good player.
He's been quality.
What?
I think
get a grip, lad. Get a grip. You obviously haven't been watching him.
I think
quality. He's been average at best. For how good he actually is, he's been underwhelming, I think.
I think he's been bits of quality.
Yeah, bits.
I don't think you can put him in underwhelming. I think he's been. I don't think you can put him below Loftus-Cheek.
I think you can put him in underwhelming for how good he is, because he's better. He's levels above Loftus-Cheek, but for how good he is and what, like, remember he was signed on deadline day. Arsenal fans were dancing. Like no. Tommy Partey is quality, but for him, like, we're talking about the signing. We're not really saying how good of a player he is.
Yeah.
For how good he is, for how good he can be, like for Atletico, I think he's been underwhelming, and that's kind of just Arsenal in general. Like, he's playing a lot. To be fair to him, he is playing alongside one of the worst midfielders in the league, in Xhaka. So
yeah, that's why I feel, because he's dogging, right, because he is to support them two centre backs who are poor, right back who's disgraceful, another midfielder who's a disgrace. He's been doing all the dog work. I think a lot of the work he does goes under the radar, but I still think he does get too.
He's got 3 or 4 bad injuries already, and he hasn't been as good as he can be. So that's why I think he's been underwhelming. I'm going to say underwhelming. For him, he's been underwhelming. Like, for what they were expecting, and when you're taking the injuries into account as well.
Yeah, right. I probably would have put him in average, but I'll agree.
He's
not agree with you and Keane here and put him in.
Yeah, man. I think he's just been underwhelming. That just wraps it up.
Just when we look back, is there any players you would change on that? Because I'm looking at it, I think maybe you've been too generous with Matisse.
With who?
Pereira.
Yeah, but I just think, considering he's playing it with a load of absolute, like, he's playing with a load of bad players at West Brom, he's been quite good. Like, I think if you put him in like the Leeds or something, he'd look very good. Yeah, you can move him if you want. I don't really care, but I think everything else is about right.
I think we've been a bit too nice in there. I'll put him into average.
Fair enough. But
yeah, so
besides that, I think that looks about right.
Yeah,
wraps it up on the hour. Would you
that
say?
is our whole team there, guys. So anything you change there? Who's been your sign of the season? For
Who am I
me,
saying?
it's
For considering the like Diaz, you would say Diaz if there was no price and like if we weren't taking price into account. But I think Soucek just he's been my
yeah.
sign of the season.
As
Tommy
as far
Soucek.
as price goes, what he's done for the club, everything. I think Tommy Soucek, you can't go really wrong with that price tag. Ruben Diaz, though, wow, has he lived
Yeah,
up to the hype?
I think
Most definitely.
Diaz or Soucek either or maybe even
Yeah.
Martinez. But
And
yeah,
biggest flop, Ryan
uh,
Brewster.
Brewster
Yeah.
easily 28 million for him. Man's a duck. Just not
Yeah.
good. But that
Top
about wraps it
three.
up. I think.
Enjoy that. Yeah. Thanks for
Cheers for
all the
that, Kino.
feedback during that, Keen. Appreciate that. Thanks for everyone for watching. It's been another live
Yeah,
stream. Tell us if you like
probably.
these tiers.
Yeah, we could
We'll
definitely
definitely
do
do
more of
more of them.
them.
Yeah.
Just as well, we're hope to be going live again at about 9:30 on Monday with Gav from LFC Day Trippers. I don't know if you've seen them before. Hope that's more or less confirmed. We'll let you know anyway. So
Yeah.
get involved for that. Their top channel as well. Yeah, make sure to hit that sub for us. Like the video if you enjoyed that, and let us know what you think of the tiers. Anything else, Peter?
No, that just about wraps it up. Thanks for the support. I think you guys are liking the streams. We're enjoying doing them. So just make sure,
Yeah, definitely.
give it a like if you're watching it now, if you're watching it later, whatever. And go check out that Zlatan video if you haven't, maybe during halftime of that Ireland game. But I'll let you go. Enjoy the rest of that in game. I'll probably go watch that Portugal one. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Have a good weekend.